plays always involve a clown, a character who's a kind of working class character who speaks in prose, who seems to be very much of the audience's own time and place, and who isn't quite inside the story, though Shakespeare gets pretty good at kind of writing them things to do inside the fictional worlds of the drama. Here, your working class clowns are a pair of gravediggers. Ha! Let's make the comedy. Who are the comedians? They're gravediggers. What's really funny? They're digging Ophelia's grave. Get it? What's funnier than comedy gravediggers? Throwing up a skull that belongs to another clown. Yorick is a clown, the king's old jester, whom young Hamlet remembers like riding on his back. I'll point out a few things. There's that discussion at the beginning, like they start to have a moral discussion, a ridiculous moral discussion about whether or not Ophelia should be buried here because she killed herself, and it ends a bit like, man, rich people. Isn't it unfair? Rich people get to kill themselves more than normal people do. If a normal person, we wouldn't get buried here for suicide. Isn't it terrible? Rich people get everything. They get to kill themselves. Man. Gallows humor? Yeah, they're gravediggers. I point out the gravedigger gets to be faster and funnier than Hamlet, to put Hamlet on the ropes conversationally the way Hamlet has done to everyone else. The way Hamlet treats Rosencrantz and Guildenstern and Polonius kind of being faster, being funnier, keeping them off balance, is what the gravedigger does to Hamlet. It's a nice change. You know, Hamlet is moving towards a different moment in his life where he's become calmer and ready to die. And the gravedigger is close to physical things, dirt, dead bodies, things that disgust Hamlet, the very parts of mortality that freak Hamlet out most. And the big joke on Hamlet's expense is that, like, this is the question, like, whose grave was this? Man's no answer. What woman then? No woman either. Whose? Was a woman. Now she's dead. Ophelia. Who's that lady? That's no lady. That's a corpse. The gravediggers come in where you would least, the clowns come in where you would least expect them, at a moment where things should be most serious, but as a way to say that, like, comic relief here, they talk a lot about people talk a lot about comic relief in Shakespeare. This is funny, but it's not really, it's comedy, but I'm not sure what it's relieving. It's actually intensifying the movement towards death and tragedy that we've been moving towards all along. The jokes are not just jokes, just as Hamlet's jokes are not just jokes, but comically phrased ways to say unpleasant truths that people would prefer to deny. The clowns come to say the things that the aristocrats aren't comfortable admitting, including the aristocrats' flaws, and part of what the aristocrats have been lying to themselves about throughout these 5 acts is where they are headed.